Rafiqul Islam, Senior Assistant Teacher, Jildorapan School and College, Aganagot, Bhairav, Kishanganj. My dear learners, how are you? I hope you are keeping well by the grace of Almighty Allah. I am also well. My dear learners, you know that you are passing a critical moment due to COVID-19. Due to COVID-19, you cannot attend the classroom. So our government has declared to take organized class. According to their declaration, our school also has arranged online class. So on behalf of online class from our school, welcome to the student, especially welcome to the student of class 19. My dear learners, today I will teach you grammatical item, that is connector, which you will find in your exam question number 10. My dear learners, connector is very important topic. So I will teach you connector today. My dear learners, before teaching connector, I would like to ask two questions. Look at the whiteboard. There are two questions. What is connector and why should we learn about connector? First of all, if we would like to know connector, we must know what is connector. Connector is a word. Connector is a conjunction. Connector is an adverb which is used in different places in the passage or in a sentence. So now we have to know why should we learn about connector. When we write free handwriting, we must use connectors. For example, when we write application, letter, paragraph, completing story and composition, in this case we have to use connector. So connector is essential. Besides, it contains 5 marks in your public exam. If we would like to learn structure of sentence, that is simple, complex, compound, in this stage we must know connector because we have to use connectors in this stage. So connector is very essential for our learning English. My dear learners, connector, first of all, we must know how kinds of connectors. There are two kinds of connectors. For example, sentence connectors, sentence connector and conjunction connector. My dear learners, sentence connector, when we write a paragraph, write a composition, write an application, in which case we use sentence connector. For example, sentence connector usually I get a 6 o'clock. There is a sentence. We can notice there is a connector in this sentence. What is the connector in this sentence? This is connector. This is connector. In which way connector is used at the beginning of the sentence, middle of the sentence, end of the sentence. So we learn connector to make out the meaning of this sentence clearly. Now this is sentence connector. In which way? There are a lot of sentence connectors. So next we have to know what is conjunction connector. My dear learners, conjunction connector I went to Dhaka. I went to Dhaka and I meet my friends. This is a large sentence. This is a large sentence. So it has two clauses. It has two clauses. There is a clause and there is another clause. Two clauses are connected with conjunction and so it is connector. It is connector. So we can see that connector. What is the function of the connector? Connector joins two clauses, and it also helps the reader to make out the meaning clearly. So it is conjunction connectors. There are a lot of conjunction connectors. I am going to classification of connectors. My dear learners, now we are going to learn about classification of connectors. This is, look at the poster paper. I have made a poster paper for your better understanding. Look at, this is connector, this is connectors. How kinds of connectors? First of all, there are two kinds of connectors: sentence connectors and conjunction connectors. Sentence connectors again classified into three adverbs as connectors, phrases as connectors, infinitive phrases as connectors. My dear learners, there are a lot of connectors, so I have made a list of connectors, because you must know connectors. If you don't know connectors, how you can fill up the blanks with suitable connectors? Look at the poster paper. Adverbs as connectors, however, then actually, also, finally, instead, later, so, therefore, firstly, secondly, meanwhile. These are adverbs as connectors. Adverbs as connectors. My dear learners, phrase connectors. Look at phrase connectors. In the meantime, for example, In fact, as a result, in addition to, on the other hand, as a consequence for this reason. My dear learners, here I can give an example. I like him very much. On the other hand, he hates me. This is phrase connectors. On the other hand, another example, when we go to market in order to buy our necessary things, this is phrase and it has been used as phrase connectors. It's okay? Thank you. My dear learners, now look at infinitive phrases as connectors. Infinitive phrases, these are infinitive too. Then verb, so it is called infinitive phrases. Infinitive phrases as connectors. To begin with, to conclude, to start with, to summarize, to sum up. These are infinitive phrases as connectors. It's okay? My dear learners, these are sentence connectors. Such kind of connectors are used in different places, in different places, according to the demand of sentence. According to the demand of the sentence, we use connectors. My dear learners, now look at the conjunction connectors. This is very important. Dear learners, earlier you have learned about structure of sentence, simple, complex, compound. In simple, complex, compound, we used conjunction connectors. Suppose if you invite me, I will attend your party. If this is conjunction, this is also a connector. My dear learners, conjunction connectors is divided into two: coordinating conjunction and subordinating conjunction. My dear learners, very carefully, these are very important. Very important. Coordinating conjunction and subordinating conjunction. What are coordinating conjunction? My dear learners, for your memorizing, I have found out a word, fan voice. Fan voice. If you can memorize fan voice, you will be able to remember coordinating conjunction. How? F means for, A means and, N means not, B means but, O means or, Y means yet, and S means so. You can also use here still. My dear learners, these are coordinating conjunction. These are coordinating conjunction. My dear learners, if you can know coordinating conjunction and these are coordinating conjunction and rest of the conjunction are called subordinating conjunction. Except fan voyage, rest of the conjunction are called subordinating conjunction. What are the subordinating conjunction? Who, which, that, whom, whose, when, as, since, because, though, although, if, unless, as, then, so, that, so that. In a word, my dear learners, these are subordinating conjunction. My dear learners, now we have to know how we can use connectors and how we can fill up the blanks with suitable connectors. My dear learners, look at the whiteboard. Look at the whiteboard. My dear learners, if you sing a song, you will get a prize. Dear learners, this is a sentence. This is a sentence, and I have already used a connector if. Dear learners, how you can use suitable connectors before a clause or a sentence? If you find a sentence or clause expresses condition, in this case you have to use if, because this clause expresses condition, so you have to use if. This is conditional. This is conditional connector. If any clause expresses condition before the sentence or before the clause, you have to use if. It's okay. My dear learners, next, to express purpose. If any clause or sentence express purpose, we have to use so that or in order that. Now I am going to give an example for your better understanding. The student go to library dash, then can acquire knowledge. My dear student, look at, there is a sentence. The students go to library dash, they can acquire knowledge. My dear learners, there is a gap, but you have to fill up the blanks with suitable connectors. In this case, you have to understand, if any sentence expresses purpose, dear learners, they can acquire knowledge. This sentence expresses purpose. So before the sentence we have to use so that, so that, so that, or here you can use in order that, in order that. This is the conjunction connector. This is the conjunction connectors. Have you understood? I hope you have understood. If any clause or any sentence expresses purpose, in which case before the sentence you have to use so that or in order that. Clear? I hope you have understood that. My dear student, here I am going to give you another example. Another example. Another example. Due to another example, COVID-19, the student cannot attend the classroom. This is a sentence. This is a sentence. My dear learners, you have to understand, if any sentence expresses region, in this case you have to use due to or owing to, due to or owing to. If any sentence expresses region, in which case you have to use due to or owing to. COVID-19, the student cannot attend the classroom. It's okay. Thank you. My dear learners, now I am going to give you another example. The farmers of our country grow. The farmers of our country grow various types of crops. Dash, rice, jute, sugarcane, vegetables, my dear learners, look at this is a sentence. The farmers of our country grow various types of crops, and you have already found a gap, but you have to fill up the blank with suitable connector. Dear learners, how you can fill up the blanks with suitable connectors? Notice, after gap, you are noticing some noun with comma, rice, comma, jute, comma, sugarcane, comma, vegetables, etc. In which way, if you find any gap before 2 or 3 three noun, two or more than noun, in which case you have to use does, is, or. For example, this is phrase connector. This is phrase connectors. Have you understood? My dear learners, I think you have already understood how to use connectors in different places, in different sentences, or in different places, in which way you have to fill up the blanks with suitable connectors. Today I have already some rules how to use connectors. In next class I will teach you another rules how to use sentence connectors and conjunction connectors. Dear learners, our efficient subject teachers are taking class. Dear learners, you have to watch the class very carefully. My dear students, if you do not watch the class very carefully, our all sorts of efforts and our program will be useless. So I hope you will watch our class very carefully, and I hope you will be able to recover the loss of COVID-19. My dear learners, I think every teacher is trained level best to deliver the proper class to you. Dear learners, I hope you will watch my class and you have to practice another rules, another example at your home. And if you fail to understand any particular matter, try to consult with me through my inbox. My dear learners, stay safe and sound at home. Goodbye. Thanks to all.